I can't, and I don't think any of us can ignore the fact that right now there's a pushback against women's rights. And I was at an event, I think it was earlier today, where somebody said we need to push back on the pushback. Talking about and that feminist space, they talk about waves, so waves of feminism. The first wave was around women's rights to be politically engaged, and it's that first wave that my surname, the Pankhurst surname, is very much associated with. And by the way, you'll see me in the suffragette colours and Nadia is in the suffragette colours, and you'll often see those colours of purple, white and green associated with feminism then and now. It's continued as a theme. So how can we accelerate action for women's equality, for equality? I think one way is to recognise that these are tough times and there's a need for resilience, perseverance and action in that form, which is harder because we're not celebrating amazing successes, we're holding on, holding forth, supporting each other. Wonderful Nadia there and I were involved in something in Stockport, which is where Nadia does a lot of her work, where she supported something called GM for Women, which is focused on Greater Manchester and looking at the data around the experiences of women and girls in Greater Manchester. And we've got a 10-year horizon from 2018, which is the centenary of when some women got the vote in the UK, through to 2028, which is the centenary of equal franchise. And as we're looking at the data, and this is primarily quantitative data, what we're finding is nothing much is changing positively. The data is just telling us it's just not really improving, despite political will. And that point that political representation is fundamentally the most important way forward, I think is one that I feel really strongly. So it roots me back to that Pankhurst surname, with the sense that unless Parliament, unless positions of power are equal, everything else is that much harder. So for any of you who haven't considered it, for any of you men who have women in your lives who might be considering it, the importance of a better representation is something I think is absolutely needed for any change to happen in all aspects of our lives. I think I'll leave it at that, but thank you and look forward to the discussion.